Namaste and welcome to Shreem Occult. The topic for today's video is very simple. Where will you meet your spouse? Now there are multiple techniques. Many people have covered about 7th house or where the 7th house lord is going. You need to check that and you'll get an answer. That technique is good, but it doesn't hold very accurate in majority of cases. The technique that I found was very accurate is a very simple one. You need to look at Venus and you need to look at the 7th house from it. Suppose Venus is sitting here in Sagittarius sign and the 7th exactly from it would be 3rd Gemini. Now you need to look at the Lord, and that is of primary importance here. And suppose the Lord here is Gemini, so the Lord would be Mercury, and Mercury goes to sit in the 10th house, right? So this is how you're going to analyze it. Another thing that you have to understand here is who is stronger out of the two, whether Venus is stronger or the 7th house, the 7th from it, the Lord is sitting strongly. Once you cover up that which one is stronger, you need to check about position, aspect and conjunction. Like, is it sitting in Mool Trikona? Is it sitting in debilitated sign, exalted sign? Like, is Jupiter looking at it or is Saturn looking at it? So what is the dignity of the planet? Is it conjuncted with a malefic? Is it conjuncted with a positive? Is it forming a Pap Kartari Yog or is it forming a Shubh Kartari Yog? So you need to be able to understand this. Then you will be able to find out accurately and to the point. Still, if you do not know this information, like majority of viewers of this channel, then what we'll do is we'll give a very simplified way how you can go ahead and judge it yourself. Now for this, now suppose the 7th house from Venus, wherever your Venus is placed, please look in your chart. 7th house from Venus, just count the exact 7th house and see where the Lord is going. Is it sitting in the first house, second house, third house? Out of the 12 houses, where is it going and sitting? I'll give you some guidelines. What you can do is you can go ahead and identify if that house is strong, so definitely it will be there. Otherwise you look at where Venus is placed. Now please understand that there are multiple things at play. There is zodiac, there is house, there's planet sitting in it, so some or the other flavor would get a little bit changed, but majority theme would still remain the same. So you still get a very good picture out of this. If still you do not have that idea, please go ahead, book a consultation. I'll definitely help you with that. Otherwise, let's go ahead and start with first house. When the planet goes into the first house, 7th from Venus or Venus itself, right? Whichever is stronger, then you need to understand it. If it goes into the first house, the connection is made with the first house, then it will be around a sports playground, maybe a gym, fitness center, and something nearby. It will not be very far away place. Maybe you have gone to another country and it will not be like that. It will be very nearby, close by. It can also be a grooming place, so it can be a salon. It can be a something where you go and get rejuvenation, get your looks checked. So it can be something related to that also. Another thing, you will be doing something new at that time, so that is another clue that you can have it. Now when the connection is made with the second house, now it will be of course something related to fine dining. Maybe you have gone out to do a fine dining, or maybe you're meeting someone at a fine dining place, you own a fine dining place and someone visits you there. So something or the another thing would be related to fine dining. Another possibility that it was via your relatives, via your extended family or via your family. So you will be able to meet your spouse via your family extended. So there's a function, maybe there's a house meeting, maybe it's their friends, something or the other they have called, and via your family or extended family you will meet your spouse. Moving ahead, you can even meet them at a financial institution. So it can be a bank, maybe you have gone to get your insurance checked, something or the other thing that is related to finances. Maybe at that sort of institute also you can meet your spouse. So I'll just write finance over here, but this shows a very strong family setup. So it will be either an arranged marriage or it will be something where family has a lot of say in it. Moving ahead to the third house, if 7th from Venus is very strong, it's connected to the third house, or Venus itself is very strong in the third house, then this is going to be the result. Either you'll meet them at via social media, right? They can also be in your same neighborhood. Another thing would be you can meet them via traveling. It will definitely be a short travel, not a very long travel of sorts, but these are the some of the places where you can meet them. Moving ahead, when the connection is made with the fourth house, then involvement of mother is very likely. So maybe you met via your mother, maybe you went to your mother's place. That's also another possibility. So something or the another role of mother is definitely going to be there. Another thing, it can be a eating place, so it can be a cafeteria also, where you can go ahead and meet. Something related to food is happening over there. Maybe you were distributing food, so a food would be also a prominent option. Another option would be your home, or you can say your society. Maybe somebody has visited your home, or maybe they live in the same society as you do, so that is also a very good possibility. Also near to a water body is another great option. That is possible when the connection is made with the fourth house. When it's made, it can also be school. So I can mention school or educational institution can also be a great possibility. Moving ahead to fifth house, see, you will be doing something related to pleasure and fun. That would be the thing. Or maybe you are at a theater, or maybe a club. Something or the other sort would be highly possible. It can be a carnival, it can be a party, right? It can also be college, because fifth house also represents college. So higher educational institution, that is also very much possible in this case when the connection is made with the fifth house. Now we'll cover other houses, but please do remember that there are multiple things going on. You can also go ahead, see the D9 as well. There are different techniques for him, but this technique would also somewhat hold its ground when you check in D9 also. For this technique, please stay limited to D1, because in D1 we have received very much accurate results. So this can definitely be something that can be often used to you. Now moving ahead to the sixth house. When the seventh from Venus is strong sitting in the sixth house, any connection is made in the sixth house, or Venus itself, it's not very strong here, because it will be definitely be house wise debilitated. And if the sixth zodiac as per the Akal Purush Kundi, then it will automatically become debilitated. So something or the another prominence is in the sixth house. Then what can be the places? Definitely it will be something related to health and fitness, right? So maybe either a gym, or maybe a fitness group, maybe something related to health. You visited a hospital, maybe you visited a pharmacy also. It can be a pharmacy in this case too. Maybe you are at a healing center, there are many Ayurvedic center, so that is also an possibility. Or you are at your job, or you are performing a social service, that is another possibility. Another thing would be involving pets, or maybe you went to a veterinary clinic, so that is also a great possibility. Maybe you went to drop off your pet to there's a pet hostel nowadays, so pet hostels, that is also a thing. Then also you can meet them. If the connection is made with the seventh house, then what's happened? Then definitely chances of meeting them in a wedding is very highly likely. Maybe you're visiting city center, that is also another great possibility, and you can meet them at a city center, so you'll know what to look out for. Shopping mall or a business center, that is another possibility. At a business, somebody came to you about starting their own business, or you went to a person for business. Business can also be a very good theme here that can help you understand. When the connection is made in the eighth house, one thing is for sure, the meeting would be very private or secretive, right? And definitely high chances of that it is evening or after evening, during night, because see, eighth house is a very dark place. Eighth zodiac also is also dark, so something that is after evening or exactly in the night, that is also a great possibility. Another thing, another place where it is very much possible, it can be a basement, it can be a private event, right? And it can be your partner's place also. So maybe you visited their hometown, that can become your future in-laws. So that is also very much possible. See, then looking at the elements, attributes of the eighth house, another thing that is very much possible is maybe you met your spouse after, or your partner after your surgery, there was a death, there was certain event that has took place, and after that you're meeting your partner. So that is also a very high possibility. Moving ahead to ninth house, when the connection is seventh house from Venus, its lord sits in the ninth house, or it the seventh house from Venus, it's itself in the ninth house, or it is very powerfully placed, then also this can be true. You will meet them at a temple, maybe during traveling, or maybe via your guru, your mentor, or your father, right? Something or the other would play a very prominent role, and you can meet them here. It can also be a university, right? University and a long travel, or it can also be a satsang where it is a, so basically any education imparting place where good education is given, where it talks about religion is also happening, or something related to how to hold in society, that is also happening. So it can be a satsang, it can be a university also, it can be a religious gathering also, so something like that. When it goes into the 10th house, then it is going to be a difficult, straightforward meeting, but it can be definitely at an office, or generally I can like label it correctly as professional work. Maybe you went there to do some sort of the other sort of work, or maybe you were at your work, or maybe you were burdened with a lot of work. So you had a lot of work at that time, you were very busy, and that is also another thing that is happening. You were at a place doing your work, very busy with your work, and then also this can happen. This can also be at mountains. Maybe you've gone on a vacation to the mountains, you're traveling by a mountain, there also it is highly possible. Or something or the another thing that is a major event related to your job, like maybe there's a promotion, maybe you're changing offices, maybe in the same work you're starting a new pilot project, so, or maybe you're leaving your work, you're starting your own business, something or the another thing that is very prominent to your business, for your work, something would be happening, and that time also you can meet your spouse. When it goes to the 11th house, it is, you can meet via dating or matrimonial sites, you can meet them via social media, maybe your elder sibling helped you to meet somebody, maybe you were visiting your elder sibling, maybe they stay in a hostel or a boarding school, you went there, you met somebody, something or the other thing would play. You, they are in your friend circle, high chances that they are from your same friend group, you met them at a social event also, that is also very possible. Like nowadays there's a lot of morning runs happening where you go on and run, a lot of people gather together, and then there's a rave something afterwards. So that sort of scenarios are popping everywhere, maybe it is that kind of event, but something that is related to socializing is also very much possible, right? So chances of being from a friend group is very high. Then when the seventh house from Venus is making any connection with the 12th house, it is from sitting in the 12th house, it is exactly the 12th house, or its lord is going and sitting in the 12th house, then there are certain things like you can meet them at an ashram or any spiritual place, right? Where they are, it can be a spiritual retreat also, likely to be a water body, that is also very possible. Maybe you met them in foreign, at a foreign place also is very likely possible, right? Or maybe you were in your isolation, maybe you went out, you were having a solo trip, or maybe you were going on a morning walk, sitting in a very isolated place, there also you can meet somebody. So these are the different places where you can meet your spouse. Now see, if it's in the third house, sixth house, eighth house, 12th house, or the 10th house, the meeting is going to be a little bit difficult, there is going to be a little bit challenges, or it is going to be very straightforward meeting, not very practical. And if the meeting is, if it's making connection in the 7th house, 9th house, then it is going to be a very balanced, very good meeting. 12th house, it can also be, you'll get deeply connected with them, right? So there are multiple things that go on, there are multiple flavors to be added. Suppose Mars there, so maybe you were enemy at first, then you became friend, that is also another possibility. Or another thing would be, there's a Venus, so maybe you were doing something artistic. It has Sun, maybe you were doing your duty, something related to that. So different planets would also add their energy, that also you have to consider. But this video, if you follow this technique, you'll get a very good, a very simple idea that you can go ahead and check in your own charts. So please check this technique, mention in comments, we'll see like how accurate it is for you, and you can also mention your position so we can go ahead and check it in your charts also. I try to comment as early as possible to the comment section, and if you like this video, please share it with as many as people possible. Please like, share and subscribe. I'll come up with a new topic. Till then, namaste.